recorded and we'll get started. Okay. So welcome everyone to our Rising sixth grade meeting. We're super excited to have you guys join the middle school team, and very excited to share and have you guys meet the middle school team and learn all about what you're going to participate in next year. So I'm trying to get my life together here with these slides, and now I lost my thing. Hold on one second, everybody. Just bear with me and we'll be ready to go. So I think Holly is the next person to welcome. So I'm going to turn it over to Miss Holly.
Okay, so on the next slide, whenever Ms. Tasha is able to click over on her slideshow, there we go. So things we'll discuss today, we're going to do introductions. So you'll meet a whole new team of teachers and people who are here to support you. We'll talk about the flexibility and the new support structure that we have in place. What's up with Google Classroom? So we'll go through the Google Classroom and just answer some questions and make sure that we all have everything we need. And we will also talk about Alma. I don't know how much you've used Alma in elementary school, but we'll talk about that and how to use it effectively to stay up to date on communication and grades and all of that good stuff. Your class selections, so what classes you'll take next year as a sixth grader, some general expectations, and then what you need to know to get started in August.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Miss Holly. This slide is really just to introduce your team of support, that are kind of behind the scenes. We don't get to meet with you guys as often as your learning team does, but just so that you're aware of the additional team members that support you and your journey, we have Miss Erica. I think she's actually in the in this meeting today, but she's your enrollment team lead. So she will help you with any schedule changes, transcripts, report cards, things like that. In support, she will be, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, you guys. She will also be supporting your learning team in this process as well. So everyone works very collaboratively together. Miss Kenzie does all of the shipping for books, any things that you order off of the website. She will be your contact for that information. Teresa is the accounts receivable specialist, so she will be able to assist parents with tuition, invoices, things like that, payments, payment updates. And then Miss Lakin, I think some of you guys may already know Miss Lakin, but she will be your onboarding and engagement coach. And I think she has a slide later on. Miss Amy is high school, so she focuses on high school teams. So once you get to high school, you'll be able to meet her. Tracy, she's our school choice coordinator. So any of you who live in a state that have school choice scholarship, she can guide you with any questions that you might have. Michelle is our director of education. Wanda is our director of student success and Excel, for those of you who are in the Excel program or looking to move to the Excel program next year. London is our director of human resources. I am the chief operating officer for the school, so I mainly deal with the business side of things. And then Miss Andrea is our CEO and founder. So that is your support team, that non-learning team as well. So, okay, and I'll turn over to Miss Lakin.
Hey everybody, my name is Lakin. I'm going to be your engagement coach. So some of you may already know me a little bit from getting you through orientation in the past, but this year you'll move into sixth grade, so you'll have me as onboarding and engagement coach. But I'm so excited to meet all of y'all and get everybody started for next school year.
Alrighty. I am Miss JC. I'll go ahead and start since my photo's up first there. So I'm Miss JC and I will be your science teacher for next year as your learning coach.
Hey y'all, and I'm Miss Jen or Miss Jennifer, and I'll be teaching you social studies. It's also world history, so I look forward to meeting y'all.
And I'm Miss Tiffany. I do the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade math classes and the personal finance elective for middle school.
Hi, everyone. I'm Miss Holly, and I will be your learning coach for English next year. Okay, so this slide is just more of a for your information. So you may want to take a screenshot of this particular slide, but it will also be in the slideshow that we send out to everyone once this is over. So if you don't get a chance to screenshot that, that's okay. You'll get this information afterwards as well. But we just wanted to provide our contact information and just give you an idea of the schedule. So my email and phone number are listed there. I have office hours, which is you may also have heard called study hall. And that's a time where you can come and just get one-on-one help with your learning coaches. We can answer questions on any of your classwork or any other questions that you might have. So mine for English are on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Tuesday are from 1:45 to 2:45 Eastern. Wednesday will be 11:30 to 12:30 Eastern. And then your live sessions for English for 6th grade will be on Mondays at 11. What does that say? It's so small, I can't see. And I want to make sure I tell you the right time.
11:15
Thank you. My gosh. These glasses aren't doing their job, apparently. 11:15. So 11:15 on Mondays for 6th grade English.
Alrighty. And for science, so I have my email and my phone number up there for you to contact me. It's best to use Google Chat. I'm always able to check that because that'll come through as a text message, kind of similar. So that's the best way to communicate. And I mean, you can give me a call as well, but it's quicker with the Google Chat. I have my office hours, or you can call them study hall hours. Maybe you've heard that before as well. Those are on Mondays from 2 to 3 Central Time, since I am in Texas, so it'll Central Time. I also have them on Tuesdays in the morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. So there's 2 different times for you to meet with me to work on anything in the classroom, sometimes it may be one-on-one. You may have some of your other classmates in there and we can do some study hall together, but it's also a good time for you to check in and see if there's anything you want to do and need help with in science. Your live session for 6th grade science is later in the day, in the afternoon, I should say, and it starts at 1:30 Central Time. So if you're on the East Coast, that'd be 2:30 your time. But if you are more on the West Coast, it's about, is that 11:30 your time? 11:30 in the morning. I have to get my coast in order there.
Okay, and math also has a study hall time twice a week. We do our math study halls on Wednesdays at 12:30 Eastern. I'm online for an hour. You can come at the beginning, you can come in the middle. You don't have to stay the whole time. It's just a time for you to pop on and ask questions and get help with your assignments. They're not mandatory. They're just, I'm logged on and you can come any weeks that you need help, every week if you need help, whenever. And then Thursdays, same thing from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock Eastern time. And then each week on Tuesdays at noon Eastern is our math live session where I teach the lesson. And then we do some of the week's assignments together for math.
And then your social studies history live sessions are on Wednesdays, and that is at 11 a.m. Central Time. I'm also in Texas. And our study hall office hours are on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And so Tuesdays, it's at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Again, that's Central Time. And on Thursdays, it's at 11 a.m. Central Time. And really, the only silly question is the one that you don't ask. So we want to stress how important it is that y'all come in and utilize that time if you ever need any help, or even if you just want to come in and say, hey. So we're here for you if you need anything.
All right, so now we're going to talk a little bit about the role of the home coach. So, parents and guardians or other adults at home, this slide is for you. And we're just going to go over a few things that we want to make sure some adult at home in the child's life is able to perform this role of the home coach. And so, the home coach um, does more than just logging in to check grades. You have to kind of go and play a little bit more of an active role, especially as your students are transitioning from elementary to middle school. So just making sure that your students engaging in the learning process by not only verifying grades through Alma or Google Classroom, but also that your student is on track with their assignments. So making sure that they've completed that week's assignments and are not falling behind. And make sure you log in to verify. We have found that sometimes students do not always portray their grade accurately. And so it's always helpful for the parent or the home coach, whoever is fulfilling that role, to log in to either of those platforms, either Alma or Google Classroom, and to check their grades. They are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can log in anytime to see grades. But remember, excuse me, learning coaches are a phone call, an email, or a text message away. We definitely don't expect you to be the teacher. We just expect home coaches to be able to, again, answer questions for the student, reach out to learning coaches if they can't answer the question, following up and making sure that work is being turned in on time each week, and that students' grades are where you want them to be. You'll also be receiving quarterly progress reports from your engagement coach, from Miss Lakin. And so if you have any questions or concerns about goal forms, progress reports, anything that comes up in your meetings with Miss Lakin, definitely reach out to the learning coaches as well. And it's always super helpful for an adult to attend those goal meetings with the student. Make sure that you're checking your emails. Sometimes our stuff goes to spam. So definitely check your emails. Make sure that you're seeing messages from all of the learning coaches. We communicate weekly, at least. Sometimes you'll hear from us more than once a week through email. We also have a group chat that we've created with all of the students that all the students will be in. I know you have a similar one in 5th grade right now. So that one will roll over next year to 6th grade, and all of your new learning coaches will be added to that. So that's a great way to communicate and stay on top of communication with us as well. Students who are training away from home, as your students get older, sometimes they start to stay at some of the training facilities for an extended period of time. So while the student is away from their typical home coach, we do highly recommend that there is someone who can act as that role while your student is there, someone who can be there in person. It's just easy for students to get distracted. It's easy for adults to get distracted and want to go do the fun thing before they do the responsible thing. So if your student is at a facility and you need help finding someone, just reach out to any of us and we'll be happy to assist and see if we can get someone there. And then remember, no one's perfect. There is no such thing as a perfect student. And it's completely acceptable and expected to fail. That's how you grow and how you learn. So we want to make sure that as educators, we're doing our best to ensure that your child, will start again, will learn material, and regain their confidence anytime, they do come across something that they're struggling with. Okay, so remember your role as the home coach is super important just to help make sure that you're facilitating their learning and staying on top of their grades and in communication with engagement and learning coaches.
Okay, so far you've just heard a lot from us, and so we thought it would be fun to take a little break here about the midway point and hear from you. So we've kind of got a couple sentence starters here. I'll go first, and then those of you students that are with us and learning coaches as well, we can just kind of take turns and just share a little bit of information about ourselves. I would think that all of the learning coaches would agree that while we love our subject areas, our favorite thing probably that we get to do with students is just chat with them then and learn more about them. So my name is Miss Tiffany. I live in Indiana. My favorite thing to do, I have lots of favorite things I like to do, but mostly it's just to be outside and be with my family, and I have been a learning coach at On Track for 4.5 years. So if one of you would like to go next, your name, where you live, what you like to do, and how long you've been at On Track, or if this is going to be your first year at On Track. Any brave incoming sixth graders want to start us off?
Hello, my name is Jace. I live in Montana. My favorite thing to do is being outside and playing with my friends, and I've been on track for 1 year.
Thank you so much, Jace. It's nice to meet you and hear about you.
Hello, my name is Taylor. I live in Lakeland, Florida. My favorite thing to do is golf, and I have been a student on track for 6 years.
Nice to meet you, Taylor.
Hello, my name is
Hello.
Stetson. Oh, okay.
You're good. You're good. Go ahead, Stetson, and then whoever was else after Stetson. Bryn, was that you? We'll let Stetson go, and then we'll hear from Bryn.
Hello, my name is Stetson. I live in California. My favorite thing to do is dirt bikes, and I have been an on-track student for about a year now.
Great. Thank you, Stetson. We look forward to having you in sixth grade next year. All right, Bryn.
Hello, my name is Bryn. I live in Arizona. My favorite thing to do is golf, and I have been a student at On Track for half a year.
All right. Thank you, Bryn. Did we miss anybody? Kind of clicking through. Do any of our other students that are here want to share?
Hello,
Hi, Elena.
my name is Elena and I live in Florida. My favorite thing to do is draw, and I've been a student at On Track for a little bit less than a year.
Great. Thank you, Elena. Looks like we haven't heard from Lakeland, Katie, Lorena, or Erin. Would any of you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Hello, I'm not with my son, but we live in Sorrento, Florida, and he's been on for half a year on track.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. All right.
Oh,
No prep. Oh, hi, Erin.
hey, my name is Aaron, and my son's name is Dominic. We live in Memphis, Tennessee. Our favorite thing to do is to play pretend and practice piano. And he's been a student with On Track for about 6 months.
Hey, well, welcome, Erin and Dominic. We'll look forward to learning more about you in sixth grade next year. Thank you so much. No pressure, but if there's anyone else, we'll give you one more chance to jump in here. Go ahead and unmute.
I can introduce myself, Miss Tiffany.
We would love that, Miss Wanda.
My name is Miss Wanda, and I live in Georgia. My favorite thing to do is to craft. Just craft anything. It doesn't matter really what kind of craft. I just love doing things with my hands, right? And I have been with On Track for 20 years.
Wow. That's awesome. Very good. These guys were not even thought of yet when you started with On Track.
No, they were not.
All right. Anyone else?
I'll go real quick.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Miss Erica and I live in Texas. My favorite thing to do is baking. I do lots of baking and I share with lots of people, and I've been with On Track for 5 years.
Miss Erica, do you have like one extra special thing that everyone loves that you bake?
Sourdough bread.
Okay. Oh, we got to get you and Miss Jen and Miss Holly together. They're my sourdough go-tos when I try it and not so successful.
Oh yeah, I make sourdough bagels and bread and and kolaches.
Oh,
Who likes kolaches? I make kolaches.
that sounds awesome. Very good. Hey. think we're probably good to go to the next slide unless we have a last minute addition. Thank you guys for doing that.
Okay, so just a brief overview of some things you can look forward to next year in sixth grade. We will do two novel studies. We'll start the year with one and we'll end the year with one. So we will begin with Where the Red Fern Grows, and then we will finish the year with Esperanza Rising. And then in between there, another fun thing that we do each year in sixth grade is an unsolved mystery research project. So you'll get to choose whichever unsolved mystery you would like to learn more about, and we'll learn how to go through the research process together and put together a fun presentation with that. And of course, we'll do some other, things in between there, but those are the main kind of highlights of what we'll do next year for English.
And the slide here for math pretty much just gives you a snapshot of the main topics that we cover in sixth grade math. And each week I do my best to give you a variety of assignments. We have some things that we pretty much do every week, and then we work in try to make math fun when we can and work in as much variety for you throughout the year as we can. I think the biggest takeaway that I want you to look forward to or know about math classes with me is that some kids really like math, but I think the general consensus is people are a little bit scared of math, or, oh, I'm not a math person. And I just want everyone to know that my main goal for you is not to be perfect, not to get 100% on everything. We're always just focusing on growth. You'll hear me say a lot that you can't know it until you learn it. Or I say things like, we're just learning. So we have to make mistakes because that is how we learn. So perfection or progress over perfection is going to be our goal for math next year.
And then for world history, we will be traveling all around the world and exploring a lot of different things through history. We're going to have a lot of fun learning about early civilizations, ancient places, just a ton of fun stuff. And we also get to do some fun virtual field trips that I'm looking forward to.
Alrighty, so for science in sixth grade, we're actually going to be exploring a lot about Earth. So maybe some rocks, maybe learning about some fossils, a little more digging deep into Earth, where we live. So I really enjoy our monthly live labs, and those are a lot of fun. If you've been with On Track, you've been able to see that we've had some monthly live labs where everyone gets to join from K through 12. So those are a lot of fun because you get to hang out with everyone and it's not just your grade level. We also are going to do some science projects. Those will be within your grade level, so it'll be just with sixth grade. And we'll also enjoy some virtual field trips, and usually those do actually go with Miss Jen's history as well.
And I think we talked a little bit earlier about how important communication is, and part of this weekly 5 checklist that will be at the end of each assignment for each week in all of your classes. We're going to have y'all check your emails each week. Just make sure that you're reading your emails and checking in with those, hopefully daily, if not at least a couple times a week. Checking your Google Calendar and noting that any meetings or any live classes that you have. Your Google Chat is another important way we communicate with you. And also to check your Google Classroom to read and respond to any comments that we like to leave for some of your assignments. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's something that you've gotten wrong, but we like to encourage you and give you positive feedback on those as well. So we want to make sure that y'all are, seeing all those things. And lastly, the last part of your weekly 5 is to make sure that you submit your assignments in Google Class for the week by Saturday at midnight. So just like I said, communication is so important, especially since we're not in that standard brick and mortar school. We try to, we want to communicate with you as much as possible. And those emails and chats and the calendar links and all those types of things help us to make sure that we're meeting your needs and answering your questions and that we're kind of all on the same page.
Alrighty, so a little bit of general expectations, just kind of knowing like what we're going to expect and what you can expect to see in sixth grade. So what we'll do is sometimes you'll get a survey and it may be like mid-year, maybe around like the winter break, and you'll also probably get another one towards the end of the school year. Those surveys are going to help us collect information, not only just about how maybe I'm doing, maybe how your other learning coaches are doing, about maybe just the classroom. So always look out for those surveys. It's to help us better your education and help us also, better ourselves. Make sure you're attending those weekly live instructions. They're really great to join, especially just getting in a good routine of knowing what you're doing each week and meeting your classmates and learning your coaches, and also helps us learn you. So it's always great to join those weekly live instructions. Use your Google Chat, hop in there, check it every day. You can communicate with your classmates. It's real fun right now. A lot of our group chats, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, they might send a picture of their puppies. They might send a picture of, doing a jump on the trampoline. One of our students is in chess. He updates us on how he's doing with his tournaments. It's real fun to keep us engaged. I love to hear about how you're doing, and we all love to hear about how you're doing and what you're doing for fun. So we also update you on maybe what's coming up that week, diagnostics, maybe a break, maybe it's a teacher work day where there's no live session. So it's good to check your chat to keep up with what's going on for the week. Also, keep in check of your emails. Check those every day. I know it's maybe something new to you, but in middle school, we will communicate with you through email and chat. So make sure you're checking that email so you can keep up to date on things. Your quarterly goal meetings, make sure you're meeting every quarter. Check in that homeroom classroom on your Google Classroom so you're able to schedule that meeting and keep up and make sure everything's going okay and answer any questions you may have. Keeping up with your work, turn that in every week. If there is questions, don't forget you have those office hours or your study halls where you're able to join in and hop in and ask us any questions. It's a come and go. That way, maybe it's Monday and you're working on English and you want to hop in on Tuesday for that office hours and get that work turned in. So you have all week to get that all done. Also, keep up with your Google Calendar. So maybe each morning start a routine of opening your Google Calendar, seeing what live sessions you may have for the day. Maybe there is a science lab for the day, or you might have a goal meeting that day. So check that calendar every day as well to make sure you're able to meet everything that's on there for the day. And lastly, do your best, because the future's in your hands and we will always be here to help you.
Hi everyone, my name is London. I know on the first slide it said I do HR, but also secondary, I do events. So more than likely, if you go to some of the events at On Track, if you've been before, you probably saw me. But I don't know where one of the slides are. But for now, I'll cover this one that's on the screen. So something to look forward to this year if you go to Minios. I know I heard a few of you, your favorite thing was dirt bikes. So if you do go to Minios, which is the week of Thanksgiving, we do a couple different events at Minios. I'll cover a separate one that's special for your grade level next, but just looking forward to, since you're now upcoming middle school, in 8th grade, you're able to go to homecoming. It's called Disco in the Dirt. It is at Minios. It's a lot of fun. A lot of these photos here are pictures of it. So that's something you can look forward to, not this year, but coming soon. So something else that we do is a group photo. We also make it really fun, a big activity. So that's something that you can look forward to that week of Minios as well. Last year we did like pizza. It was a whole thing. It was a lot of fun. You can meet a lot of people that either in your grade level or are in other grade levels. similar to you, just really meet other students. It's a really good opportunity. And then I'll wait. I think the next slide's coming up in just a second, about something that's really special and a lot of fun, that actually is fairly newer. We added it in, just to have something specific that everyone can attend. So the same week of Minios, which is in Florida, it's at Gatorback. If you guys don't know, that's in Alachua, Florida. So it's a little outside of Gainesville, just to kind of give you a location. But we do for grades K through 7, we do a cookies and cocoa with Santa. It's really fun, really interactive. We have a really big turnout. So you for sure would see a lot of people that, would be your age specifically, different things. Just really good opportunity to meet everyone, have a lot of fun. People that have gone have said it's actually one of the best things that they like to do with On Track. So again, it's a lot of fun, not to persuade you, but it is fun to go. So if you are there, we would love to see you all and meet all of you in person. It is the Friday of Minios. So it's Thanksgiving's on a Thursday. The cookies and cocoa is on a Friday. So it's that night. It's at the arena. All kids are welcome. You can even bring, let's say maybe you have a younger sibling that doesn't go to On Track, they're still welcome to come. So it's all kids that are in grades K through 7. So whether if they go to On Track or not. So anyways, that's a little bit about our fun events that you have to look forward to. And if you ever have any questions, I'll kind of be the one that sends out some information whenever we come back and get some better information and a lot of new graphics, and it'll look all fun and exciting in your email. But hopefully, I look forward to seeing you all this fall and getting to know you a little bit better there. So I will let them keep going with next steps. But anyways, hope you all have a great day.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the next step. So once we wrap up this school year, and then we'll start getting ready for next school year in the summer. So for all new students, we're just going to keep an eye out on your email. You're just going to look for a welcome to middle school email, and it's going to have all your information you need for going into 6th grade and all your logins. Another thing is you want to review all of this information with your parent and guardian or your home coach. If you want to order books, we have a link here that we can send out to you if you want to order hard copy books. Any new students, we're going to start doing orientation meetings starting July 6th. So the Monday right after the 4th of July, we'll get started and we'll start meeting and getting you all through the orientation process. This is going to get you ready for your classes when school starts. So new students will gain orientation, classroom and assignments once they schedule an orientation meeting with me starting July 6th. Any of you that are returning students, so you're already registered with us at On Track and you're coming back in the fall, you will start your orientation classroom August 3rd. And then every student, new or returning, we want all of your assignments completed by the 14th of August so you can start your classes, I believe, on the 24th of August. So those are our next steps. And anytime you have any questions about orientation or what to do, what's going on, you're not sure, you can always reach out to me. I know most of you we've met in the past for onboarding and when you started with On Track. So my number is still the same, my email is still the same. So you can always reach out to me if you have any questions. And
Okay, I think, is that it, everybody? Or do you guys have any, middle school team, do you guys have anything else to add, or we get to open questions up for families?
No, I think we're good to open it up to questions.
All right, if anyone has any questions, feel free to unmute, or you can put it in the chat. or you can always reach out to us separately after if you prefer. But if not, and you don't have any questions, then I think that's it. And you'll, like everyone said, be on the lookout in your emails for information about joining orientations for the next school year coming soon. Yay, Jace, we're excited too for you. Yay, Bryn. I'm so excited to see what the middle school team is going to do this year. I love hearing all the interests that you guys have. You guys are going to have tons of fun. Can't wait.
And we've heard really good things about this 5th grade group from Miss Jordan and Miss Bridget. So we're looking forward to getting to know all of you. And I know we've got some siblings we've had your older brothers or sisters over the years. And so now we're getting the younger siblings, which is always super fun. So we're definitely looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, we hope everyone has a great day. Thank you for attending, and we will talk to you soon. Feel free to reach out if you do have any questions after. Thanks.
Bye.